Hi friends, welcome to Elliott Church Time for All Ages story. Today we're going to talk a little bit about being present to the world that's around us. Sometimes when we're anxious and scared or overwhelmed, it can pull us out of the now moment and into a different experience. This week in church, we're thinking about how sometimes the world needs us to be doing different things, but other times we really need to be present to the now moment. How we feel now, what's going on now. We need to take time for both. It's really important to have a balance in our lives of doing and being. So today, the story I'm going to read you is a short one. It's a story from the book of Luke in Christian scripture. And it's about two sisters named Mary and Martha, who each have an idea, a different idea of what was important to be doing. So there's only one picture, and I'll show it now and I'll show it at the end. So this is the image that goes with the story. We have Martha with the broom, and we have Mary sitting down, and then the man who she's sitting next to is Jesus. Mary and Martha were sisters who lived together in a town called Bethany. One day, Jesus and his followers were visiting their village, and Martha welcomed them into their home. Jesus was talking to the crowd of people who were gathered at the house of Martha and Mary. Mary sat down at Jesus' feet and listened to what he was saying, for this is what Mary thought was important. Martha was busy, very, very busy, cooking and taking care of their house, being especially anxious that everything be just right for Jesus and all of his followers. For this is what Martha thought was important. Martha, who was distracted with the many tasks she felt she had to do, got angry. You see Martha with the broom? She's very frustrated. She got angry. She went to Jesus and she said, "Do you not care that my sister has left me to do all these chores all by myself? Tell her to help me." But Jesus looked at her and he answered, "Martha, Martha, you are worried and distracted by many things. There is need of only one thing. Mary has chosen the better part, which will not be taken away from her." Jesus knew that there was a time for everything, and this was a time to learn. So we'll show you the picture one more time. We see Martha with her broom, very frustrated. We see Jesus sitting in the chair, and Mary is sitting, listening to Jesus, being present to him. Yeah. So that's the story. And we know that neither of the sisters, neither Mary nor Martha, were doing anything wrong. There is a time for everything. There is a time for being busy, and there's a time for being present. And so this week, I invite you to notice when you might be feeling like you want to get back to the now moment. Sometimes when we get angry or frustrated or sad or scared, or maybe we can't agree with a sibling or with our parents on something, we get just overwhelmed and it takes us out of the now moment. When I feel overwhelmed by the world, or I make myself really busy doing many tasks like Martha was doing in the story, I like to take some quiet time alone. It really helps. Sometimes I go in my bedroom and I shut the door and I read. Or I go for a run or a walk if it's safe to do so. Whatever I choose, taking quiet time for myself helps me to return to the now moment. And it helps me find peace. So I invite you this week to think about the ways you could notice when you want to return to the now. Maybe you make yourself a little fort to retreat into when the world feels overwhelming. Maybe you take some time to be alone in your bedroom. Whatever it is, may it bring you peace. I am thinking of each and every one of you, missing you, and really looking forward to when we can be together again in person so we can hug and high five and read stories. But until then, know I'm thinking of you. We at the Elliott Church love you very much, and I'll see you soon.